Once again, Typhoon Rai, locally known in the Philippines as Odette, has undergone rapid intensification. You see that here on the infrared satellite imagery. Just look over the last few frames. Convection flaring up, center of circulation becoming much more apparent. This storm system for sure gaining intensity here just towards the east of Vietnam and back up to pretty much close to where it was prior to landfall back in the northeastern Mindanao on Thursday. T6.5 in the Dvorak analysis here. Basically, this is what we use to kind of the scale to get an idea of what a storm system's intensity is without recon. And this is where it was back on a Thursday, right prior to this, making landfall there on Sargao Island. But then look at that, it weakened over the Philippines and now back to that winds being estimated upwards of 140 knots sustained. So this is not over yet by any means. This storm system still ongoing as it closes in on the east coast of Vietnam, and you can watch the pressure here just drop according to the analysis from the Japan Meteorological Agency heading here into your Saturday night through Sunday morning. Now, I'm not going to talk about this forecast, but I quickly do want to mention what is still going on in the Philippines. Recovering out across Cebu over towards Siargao Island. I mean, words cannot describe the devastation here across a large swath. This is not one of those one-and-done events that were isolated to a certain province. Widespread area here, widespread power outages. You know, if you're in the international community, I think the key thing is being aware of what's happening out here, because once people are aware, that's when assistance can at least start to get into this area. But I have seen, you know, Philippine National Guard is out there. They are checking in on people, but it's going to be a long recovery ahead. And I can't stress enough my hopes going out to everybody here being impacted. And I actually have friends there in Siargao Island to do that podcast for them. I have not heard from them as well. All right, let's talk about our forecast, because it's not over yet for the Philippines too. Still have some inflow and that banding behind this across parts of Luzon, and then of course the east coast of Vietnam being impacted by the storm system. Winds expected to be just off of the coast, upwards of 180 to 190 kilometers per hour. That inflow wrapping around the northern periphery of it for sure, bringing some damaging winds across the immediate coastline. The good news, this is making a hard right-hand turn just prior to landfall. So the good news, if this came right on shore at the intensity is right now there into Vietnam, this would be a very, very serious flood threat, because all that rain would just slam into the mountains here. And it's still going to do that. You can still see the rain piling up, but it does make that right-hand turn. So, I mean, we can still see some areas here well over 200 millimeters of precipitation, but it could have been worse if it does go through that. By the way, this is moving off towards the west, but there's that inflow combined with the northeast monsoon still bringing showers. Actually, somebody just wrote me from a party saying it's wet and windy here. Yeah, it is, because we still have that inflow and that banding, and that's still going to be the case as we go ahead through your Sunday, tapering off by Monday as the winds start to shift in from the west and eventually off towards the southeast here. You can see by Monday afternoon things clear out, but throughout the weekend it is messy back here across Luzon into the Cagayan Valley, into the Sierra Madre Mountains as well, all thanks to that inflow. You're seeing just as much rainfall, or maybe even more, than Vietnam is directly with this storm system. Speaking of, you know, back towards the north here, watch this. We have the monsoon in place, but that's really going to weaken, just kind of kill off this storm with that cold surge. But watch that moisture kind of gets wrapped up with a passing trough. And if you're out into Naha, as we go into Wednesday, you're not going to see a tropical system. No, you're not going to see that, but you could see some residual rainfall by the mid to latter part of the week with our storm system as well. Kind of interesting how this is just going to make a whole lap around here. This storm is not going to re-intensify and loop back towards the Philippines, though. Lots of people are asking, and I understand your concern. A lot of people shell-shocked out there in Visayas, but that's not going to happen with this storm system. For now, northeast monsoon is going to kick in. Our main eyes are on what is happening into Vietnam and the northeast monsoon in parts of Luzon, and of course the ongoing recovery here across central Visayas and northern Mindanao. I'm meteorologist Robert Spett. If you have any questions or anything like that, please please let me know down in the comment box below. Also, plus huge thanks to everybody on Patreon. I got a few new people who have just joined up here in the recent days. I can't thank you guys enough, not to mention everybody who's been helping on PayPal as well. The links for that are down below. But you know what? I'm probably going to take the whatever money I will once I find a suitable agency or a charity to give it to. Whatever money we've made on ads with this latest storm, it's going to go to a charity. I've done the Philippine Red Cross in the past, but I was looking for something more local, especially in Siargao Island, who try to give the money directly to, because they've just been absolutely devastated. All right, that is all for right now. Stay safe out there, guys.